Good evening, everyone. We're continuing with 3 minutes of Tehillim. We are up to Perek Kuf Mem Beis, Psalm 142. It's something that we say nightly, and after Marv, we're actually going to say it as well. And I want to focus on the few psukim at the end of the Perek. The pasuk says, "Hakshiva abinasi ki dalosi miod." Listen to my cry, for I have been brought very low. Hatzilini mirodfai ki amtsu mimeni. And save me from my enemy. The simple understanding is, for he is stronger than me. And that's how most of the Mefarshim explain it. It's talking about, again, a similar theme that David HaMelech is writing about his enemies, and they're chasing him, and in particular there's Shaul who's chasing him and other people, and he's asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu to protect him. But I saw that Rav Elia Lopian has a homiletical interpretation of this, and he says that the Mishnah Avos, Perek Daled Mishnah Yud Gimel, tells us that every time you do an Aveira, it creates a accusatory angel for a person. And this means that every act that a person does, it's also for the good, but if someone does it for the bad, depending on the severity of that evil act, of that sin, then it creates a stronger and more powerful angel. So the way that Rav Lopian interprets this pasuk is, Hatzilin mi rodfai, save me from my enemy, ki amtsu, because its strength, mimeni, comes from me, from the one who has created this sort of demon, so to speak. So I was thinking about this idea that we are sort of our own worst enemy at times, and I thought of the pasuk that we read a few parshas ago, that the Meraglim, when they come back with a report about Eretz Yisrael, this is a very well-known vart that the Kutzker used to say, that he said, we found, the Meraglim said, we saw these Nephilim, we saw these giants, and V'nehi be'einenu kechagavim, we were like grasshoppers in our eyes, v'chein hayinu be'einehem, and then similarly we were like that in their eyes. So the Kutzker says that this was part of their sin. Like, who cares what you look like in their eyes? Shouldn't be worried about what other people think. But I think that the similar idea that we're saying here, ki amtsu mimeni, when we see ourselves as weak, when we see ourselves as not powerful and basically a lowlife, or what you want to talk about in spiritual terms, we see ourselves as not successful, we see ourselves as not very productive, or not very, the vision that we had of ourselves, we're falling short of that. So then when people look at us, that's how our self-image impacts the way that they look at us. And when we talk about the enemy, we know that the enemy sees a divided people, and they decide, okay, these people are all arguing with each other, let's take advantage of that. So when we ourselves feel connected, we feel strong, we feel united, we can see each other, and we say we're one Am Yisrael, we're one people, then our enemies see that, and we not only is it just perception, but it actually defines, and it, according to, in spiritual terms, it actually determines how strong, both in a spiritual sense, what our Yitzhar wants to take advantage of us. If we feel weak, and then the Yitzhar says, okay, now I'll pounce on him, but if we feel strong, we can fight him. And also, in a physical sense, when the enemy sees us divided, that's the time they take advantage. But when we come together as a strong, united people, and it starts from our own perception of ourselves, then the enemy has no chance.